Live from KSAT 12. Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And a good morning to you. It is Monday, June 17th.
Happy Monday. We hope you had a wonderful Father's Day weekend, and we hope that you stayed indoors for the most part.
Yeah, 80 degrees out there right now. Par for the course for this time of year, Mike Osterhage. Any relief in sight, sir?
Well, then a little bit above par, kind of like my golf game. But yeah, we did hit 100 yesterday, and boy, that humidity. I had to cut the grass in the morning. Holy smokes. Oh, anyway, yes, there is relief this week. This is going to be an interesting week. First of all, we're going to make it through today. We've got temperatures right now that are, yeah, we're at 79 officially out there at the airport, mid-upper 70s. Again, normal low is in the low 70s, right around 73. So we're still way above that. We still have a ton of humidity out there this morning. Still, obviously, we've got the heat index up in the low to even some kind of mid 80s around here. Now, the few little showers down there along the coast, one or two of them. There may be, just because this flow coming in here off the Gulf of Mexico, there may be just a couple of more as the day rolls on, just here or there. I've got about a 20% chance to see one or two of those showers, and that's going to be pretty much the same situation tomorrow. Then tomorrow night, we're going to start to see rain move on in here from that low that has been developing down there in the Gulf of Mexico. Now, the low center is going to be staying down to the south. However, computer models are all indicating that we've got potential for some very heavy rain, some tropical downpours, lower temperatures, especially Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The main brunt of the rain is going to be coming on in here, as it's looking right now, on Wednesday. Still some early on Thursday, then sort of tapering off a little bit. The majority is going to be along the coast and down to the south, so south and east. Lesser amounts north and to the west, but overall, we'll show you the whole big picture of who sees what. Just about everybody's going to see some decent rain. Obviously, the heaviest well down there to the south and east. So how long is this going to last? What's in store for the weekend? And yesterday was triple digits. Any more of those in the forecast? Those answers coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, Mr. Marquez, good morning, sir. Let's say we're starting Monday. Nice.
Yes, we are. Yes, absolutely, Mike. And yeah, hopefully you guys had a good Father's Day weekend there as well. Mike, yeah, that heat was brutal yesterday. I stepped outside and I was like that Simpsons meme where I was like, yep, nope, I'm going back inside. Okay, guys, taking a look here at traffic right now. I-10 and Woodlawn. So we see a lot of emergency activity in this area right now. Of course, they are continuing some of that bridge joint work here in the upper levels of I-10 right outside of the downtown area. And they've actually made a little bit of a change here to alleviate some of the traffic. So we're going to talk about that throughout the rest of our 5 o'clock hour here as we take a look at some of the traffic that's getting through here. But hopefully they can kind of help some of the traffic out that we've been seeing coming out of downtown. Let's check in with Alex Gomez, our photojournalist. He is on the ground for us right now. Alex, go ahead and give us a quick update of where you're at and what you're seeing right now.
Well, good morning, RJ. Right now I'm on the southeast side, 37 southbound right. Past the I-10 interchange. So far, things are looking pretty good right now. It's very quiet out here, and we have dry roads this morning, which is good. I hear from Mike it's going to be wet later this week, so I'm going to enjoy these dry roads while they last, RJ.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Alex, checking things out for us on 37 right now. And something that we were talking about a little bit earlier was that there is ongoing construction right here. Basically 410 northbound right there, Rigsby Avenue, all the way up to 410 I-10. So through the rest of this week, at least, we will have some ramp closures there in place from 9 o'clock to 5 a.m. through June 23rd. So something to keep in mind for our drivers on the east side of town. So we'll continue to give you more updates on what's going on there. The rest of the city, everything else is looking pretty good to start your Monday morning. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. This morning, the Bexar County Sheriff's Office says a jail inmate died after suffering a medical episode inside his cell. BCSO says a detention deputy found two unresponsive inmates in their cells around 11:15 Saturday night. The Sheriff's Office says the deputy immediately attempted life-saving measures on the men and called for medical staff. The staff then administered Narcan to both. However, 36-year-old Juan Moreno Hernandez was pronounced dead soon afterwards. Authorities believe Moreno Hernandez consumed an unidentified substance and suffered a medical episode. BCSO said the second inmate, a 50-year-old man, regained consciousness after being administered Narcan. He was taken to a local hospital. BCSO Internal Affairs Unit is now conducting an administrative investigation.
Well, this month marks 2 years since 53 migrants were found dead in a trailer on the southwest side. Since then, loved ones have visited a memorial on Quintana Road. As our Daniela Ibarra explains, there will soon be a permanent place for people to grieve and pray.
53 crosses, 53 lives lost.
I love them.
Nearly 2 years later, Angelita Olvera still can't wrap her head around what happened here on Quintana Road.
How could they have not given them water, air condition, or something in that 18-wheeler?
Angelita didn't know a single soul who died in what authorities called a horrific human tragedy. But she doesn't want anyone to forget them.
They were human beings.
Several times a week, she comes to clean up the crosses. It's a solemn place for families to grieve.
Their loved one literally gave up their life, probably trying to help them out.
And soon, Councilwoman Adriana Rocha Garcia says this slab will become a permanent memorial.
And we figured that this memorial might be an opportunity for them to come pray and maybe get a tiny bit of closure, even figuring out exactly where their loved one was when they took their final breath.
53 blocks of limestone will represent the 53 lives lost. Each one will have a different height matching a victim's age.
I'm happy that that's going to be done here because maybe one day we can't come and fix our crosses, but at least there will be something down there that is permanent.
Another permanent change Angelita hopes to see is to current immigration policies.
I just hope some reform.
She says she'll continue to clean and pray.
These were 53 souls that were lost here.
53 crosses, 53 names, and a city promising to honor them forever.
It's showing that compassion and offering our prayers and thoughts for those who were lost here.
A rosary service is set for June 29th at 5 p.m. For GMSA, I'm Daniela Ibarra.
Well, this morning, more than 55 million people across the nation are under an alert for extreme heat. Temperatures are forecast to hit the triple digits in parts of the country, and over the next 7 days, 265 million people, or about 82% of the U.S. population, are likely to experience temperatures topping 90 degrees as the official first day of summer arrives on Thursday. Meanwhile, a Southern California wildfire doubled in size over the weekend, causing the evacuations and threatening a major freeway in and out of Los Angeles.
To politics now. President Joe Biden and former President Donald Trump going at each other just days before their big debate.
Well, Trump is taking aim at Biden's border policies, while Biden is criticizing the Supreme Court. As ABC's Wynn reports, President Biden attended a star-studded fundraiser in Los Angeles this weekend, where his warning got a lot of attention.
This morning, a stark warning from President Joe Biden reverberating after a fundraiser with former President Obama in LA, predicting the next president will likely nominate 2 new justices to the Supreme Court.
I think it is one of the scariest parts of it. Look, the Supreme Court has never been as out of kilter as it is today. I mean, never.
Biden has pointed to the overturning of Roe v. Wade and the controversies revolving around conservative justices Clarence Thomas and Samuel Alito. The Biden campaign now planning multiple events for the end of this month to mark the 2nd anniversary of the court's decision. Former President Trump has touted appointing 3 conservative justices to the High Court during his time in office. Trump holding events in Michigan, a swing state he won in 2016 and Biden narrowly carried in 2020. The former president claimed that he's been the best president for African Americans.
We've done more for, and I say this, I say it proudly, more for the black population than any president since Abraham Lincoln.
The Biden campaign immediately slammed Trump, citing skyrocketing black unemployment and uninsured rates during Trump's time in the White House. It's Trump's first appearance in the state since his hush money conviction out of New York.
As for the big debate, Biden and Trump will face off next Thursday, June 27th. The campaigns have agreed there will be no audience, and unless a candidate is speaking, their microphone will be turned off in hopes of avoiding the chaos of previous debates. Wynn, ABC News, Washington.
In morning sports, the Dallas Mavericks once again trying to keep things alive tonight in Game 5 of the NBA Finals. See, Game 4 Friday night, it was all hands on deck to avoid being swept. The Mavericks had 5 players in double digits, got a big boost off the bench. It wasn't just the main guys. Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving got their 20-plus points, but the collective effort of everyone on the team is what made the difference. And the Mavs are not satisfied with just one big win.
I mean, it doesn't change anything. Like I said at the beginning of the series, it's first to 4, and we're gonna believe till the end. So we just gotta keep going. I have big belief in this team that we can do it. So we just gotta keep believing.
I'm not comfortable. You know, we gotta win. We gotta get a lot more wins. We gotta win a lot more of the little battles. Gotta stay disciplined. We just gotta replicate what we just did this game. Do it the next one.
Game 5 is in Boston tonight, tipping off at 7:30 right here on KSAT 12.
And the San Antonio Zoo is giving you 2 chances at discounted admission this week. Bexar County residents can go to the zoo for $8 today and then again on Friday. Also, teachers, a reminder, you can go to the zoo for free for the rest of the month. You can read more about these zoo discounts and other local days coming up later this summer on this article on our website at ksat.com.
510, 80 degrees.
Look out there at those 80 degrees. Yeah, a little humid out there, and it was a very hot weekend, but we're looking forward to those rain chances this week. We're going to check in with Mike about all that in a little while.
Welcome back. 5:14. It was more than just a little luck that likely saved the life of Gordon Ramsay this last week.
As ABC's Andrew Dimbert reports, a celebrity chef was involved in a bad accident with his bicycle, and now, in his own words, he says he is lucky to be here.
Hi guys, it's Gordon. Gordon Ramsay says he's lucky to be alive after a bike accident in Connecticut last week. The Hell's Kitchen star revealing this enormous bruise under his chef's coat.
You know how much I love cycling and triathlons and Ironman, etc. This week, unfortunately, I had a really bad accident and it really shook me. And honestly, I'm lucky to be here.
Ramsay, visibly shaken at times, thanked the doctors and nurses who cared for him. He posted a picture suited up before the crash and a photo showing his mangled helmet after, alongside a stern warning to his fans.
Honestly, you've got to wear a helmet. I don't care how short the journey is. I don't care, the fact that these helmets cost money, but they're crucial.
More than 1,000 bicyclists died in crashes with motor vehicles in the U.S. in 2022, a record high. In cities like New York, bike ridership is reaching historic levels, some riders opting for speedier e-bikes, which now make up 75% of all deadly bike crashes in the city. Even overseas, cyclists are getting serious about safety. In the traditionally helmet-free Netherlands, the government is now urging citizens to protect their heads because of an increase in serious injuries. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
For a guy that owns restaurants in multiple countries and has done multiple TV shows, have you ever seen Gordon Ramsay that rattled?
No.
I haven't either.
No.
Scary stuff.
It is scary, but glad he's okay.
5:15, 79 degrees.
Look out there with Drive Cam, looking at Alex Gomez as he's riding across the city right now. He told us earlier that it's good news. There's no rain today, but we all are preparing for that later in the week.
Welcome back and good morning. It is just about 5:19.
Yeah, guys, things looking okay for the most part in the roads right now. As we take a look behind us here, we have a TransGuide traffic shot here of I-10 at Woodlawn. So it looks like they kind of extended a little bit this work out on I-10. So again, the upper levels, there's a lot of bridge joint work here. And we were talking about this last week in the newsroom. We were like, okay, we need to get an update on what exactly is going on there with some of that bridge joint stuff, because it has been causing some pretty good delays in this area. So something to keep in mind. Now, they are actually making some changes to this area to alleviate some of the traffic. So I'm going to show you a map here real quick just to kind of give you an idea of what is happening out there. So basically, starting now, the entrance ramp between San Saba to I-10 West will be closed now. So traffic will now be detoured through Camarón Street to get to the highway. So basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to detour some of the traffic coming up from 35 and also the other parts of the highway here so that it doesn't just completely bottleneck right there downtown at the Y. So they're going to alleviate by detouring some of our folks, some of our drivers on the access road. So that should hopefully sort of clear out some of what the backups that we've been seeing in this area here for the past couple weeks, past couple of months or so, as all that work continues there, I-10 and 35. So that will be the case throughout the entire next couple of weeks or so and through the next couple of months. All right, let's check back in with Alex Gomez. He's our photojournalist on the road right now. Drive cam. Alex, how are things looking out there?
I think they're looking pretty good right now, RJ. I just came in from the east side. I took 410 north from Rigsby all the way up to I-10. I didn't see any construction affecting that area, so all lanes are going to be open. So the east side, those drive times are still going to be good right now, RJ.
All right, thank you very much, Alex. Yeah, we went out there because initially we thought that there'd be some lingering construction there, 410 and I-10, but as we see right now from Drive Cam, things looking pretty good. Come back out here real quick to maps, and everything else across the city is looking great for the most part. No major accidents or delays to let you know about on your Monday morning. All right, Mike, I cannot wait for things to get cooler, as I'm sure most people feel the same way.
Yeah, and this kind of sums up what we had yesterday. Another hot, hazy, humid sunset. Did I hear change in the weather is coming? Could it be rain? Yes and yes. Some potentially big changes by the middle portion of the week. So we're starting off just about like every other morning. Got some clouds out there. It is very warm. It is very humid. And we've got the little 10% chance. A couple little sprinkles. Not really anything on radar that much this morning down there along the coastal plain. But just keeping that small little chance for one or two of those little spots to pop up here or there. We're going to be in the upper 80s by noon already, and then we're going to be topping off at 95. So we won't be hitting 100 today, and then a 20% chance again for a stray little pop-up primarily along the coastal plain. This is what the computer model is showing. Just a few of these scattered about here and there, not really anything of any consequence. That'll be the situation all the way through the rest of the day today. And then as we go into the next 5 days, now this is pretty much we're looking at late tomorrow night and then in through Thursday, early on Friday. Just about everybody's going to be getting potential of getting substantial rain around here. Obviously, the majority of it is down here along the coast. At Beeville, about 5 inches. We're looking at the potential of 3 inches of rain. And one of the problems is the majority of that is going to be coming just about all on Wednesday. Wednesday's the day we're going to have to watch out for. Showers and storms are going to be developing tomorrow night, and then moving in here in waves. Now, the majority of that low is going to be further on down to the south of us. That's where the center of it's going to be. But as of right now, what it's looking like is we get this wave to move on through here. And even now, this is fantastic news where some of the worst drought is. Now, I don't know if this is going to be technically a drought breaker, but boy, it is going to be very, very nice to see all of that rain work its way on in here. So this is definitely something that we're going to have to keep an eye on over the course of the next couple of days. What we've got, again, is this low well down here. We've got the high off to the east of us, and here's this flow coming in, and this low, the center of it's going to be staying down there to the south. But we will get the waves of rain coming on through here. So today, 95, 93 tomorrow, and we'll still have a couple little showers here and there, kind of breezy today. Then tomorrow night into Wednesday, we're going to see potential for the heavy rain around here. That's going to be the day with the heaviest rain. That's going to extend into Thursday. By the way, summer officially begins later Thursday afternoon, and wouldn't you figure, we've had our really hot temperatures, all the humidity. We are not going to be hitting 100 on this graph at all, even going into next week. Long-range computer model doesn't have any triple digits, so that's some good news. And then even a few more rain chances coming in here next week. But we're going to have to get ready for the heavy rain around here on Wednesday. And like I said, it could be coming down in buckets at times. And it looks like the timing will have some rain in the morning, but mainly later on during the day Wednesday and into the nighttime hours overnight into Thursday.
Well, I'm okay with not having triple digits when it's officially summer.
Not at all. Also, Hurricane Center is obviously keeping an eye on this low in the Gulf. Says about a 60% chance of it actually becoming tropical in nature, which, you know, it's like, what's in a name? Still going to be a rain producer for us. So
we appreciate the rain.
Keep it. Bring it on.
Thanks, Mike.
524, 79 degrees.
Well, up next in your morning spotlight, why actress Nicole Kidman just got a Life Achievement Award, plus how much the Saturday Night Fever dance floor just sold for at Hollywood auction.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nicole Kidman.
It's Nicole Kidman's big night. The 49th AFI Life Achievement Award, a tribute to Nicole Kidman, airs tonight on TNT. The Oscar-winning actress is the first Australian performer so honored by the American Film Institute. Some iconic movie props went for big bucks at the latest Tinseltown auction. Hollywood legends Danger, Disaster, and Disco saw the illuminated dance floor from Saturday Night Fever top the auction, selling for $325,000. An original Ark of the Covenant prototype from Raiders of the Lost Ark went for more than $101,000. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman costume brought in more than $114,000, her tiara $76,000, and her bracelets of submission $91,000. Julianne's Auctions and Turner Classic Movies put more than 1,300 items on the block for the event. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
And time now is 5:29 and 79 degrees for now.
There are more than a dozen buildings in the San Antonio ISD neighborhoods that could soon sit empty. Up next, how a special stakeholders meeting this morning is giving parents and community members a very important voice in what happens next at SAISD.
And the San Antonio Brahmas got shut out in the UFL championship game. How it all went down in St. Louis ahead on GMSA at 6.
Good morning to you. It is Monday. It is June 17th, and a happy belated Father's Day to fathers out there. I didn't get a chance to talk to you yesterday, Mike.
Yes, happy
Father's Day.
Likewise. Both the boys called yesterday, which was always nice. So.
My son was late in the day. I was a little worried he was going to forget.
You're like, hello.
So glad for the call, son.
Yeah. Well, I had asked Bonnie, I was like, did you prompt? No, they're big. And I prompted them late last week. So, yeah. So, but yes, they called. So anyway, it was hot yesterday. We did hit 100. We're not going to see triple digits. I love saying this. We're not going to see triple digits for at least the rest of this week and perhaps even longer than that. And we do have some rain in the forecast. Now, it is still hot and steamy out there this morning. We have got temperatures 79 degrees, well above normal by 5-6 degrees on average, mid upper 70s all around the area. A ton of humidity, of course. Now, the nice thing is this humidity is going to get squeezed out in the form of some rain. Heat index right now, low to mid 80s around the area. We've got a couple little sprinkly showers. And there were a few more this morning. We've got, obviously, earlier this morning, I should say, we've got this flow coming in here off the Gulf of Mexico, and there may be one or two of them kind of popping up around the area later on today. Not anything really any big deal. We'll be up to 93 degrees early afternoon and 94 at 6, topping off at 95. 20% chance, there's the 10% elsewhere, but kind of a 20% chance for one or two of those showers or storm later on today. It is going to be breezy out of the southeast, just continuing to pump in all that moisture. Then by tomorrow night, we'll start to see the influence and the first bands of rain coming in here from that low that's going to be working its way into northern Mexico. And we're looking at potentially some very heavy downpours around here and much, much lower temperatures. We'll get that all sorted out coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, so far so good?
Yeah, things looking so far so good out there, Mike. If you're about to step outside for your Monday morning commute, as we take a look at some of our TransGuide traffic cameras. That one right there, I-10 West at 1604. You see those flyover ramps. There was some work taking place over the weekend. They actually wrapped that up by about 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So that was good to see them kind of clear that construction out in that area. 281 Encino Rio, north side of town. Traffic moving pretty good both directions there. Let's go ahead and check in with Alex Gomez, our photojournalist. He is in Drive Cam right now. And last time I spoke to Alex, it seemed like we were making our way back downtown. Alex, how are things looking?
Yeah, I'm going to take the scenic route this morning. So I'm on the north side right now, RJ. This is going to be 1604 westbound. I'm about to get on 281 head downtown again. But right now, traffic volume out here is still very low, and I'm not hearing any reported crashes on any of the highways. So right now, we're off to a great start, RJ.
All right, yes, that's a good way to start our work week here on Monday morning as we check in with Alex there, and things looking pretty good out there as we come back out to our maps here real quick, and we see that our drive times looking pretty good. Outbound times right now, things looking really good if you're heading out to New Braunfels. Again, no major construction taking place right there in the northeast side of town. You're heading out to Lavernia, 26 minutes or so. Let's see some inbound times here real quick before we move on, and those are actually going to be looking pretty good there as well, as we saw a lot of clear roads out there for your start of your Monday morning commute. Mark and Stephanie, back to you guys.
You have an idea, yes, we want them to be a part of that. We want them to be a part of the process.
Later this morning, community members in the San Antonio Independent School District communities affected by the dozen school closures are invited to a stakeholders meeting.
Well, the facilities repurposing panel will meet at 9 a.m. at the SAISD main building on Quincy. Our Patty Santos is live this morning. And Patty, this is the call to the SAISD community to get involved, right?
Yeah, that's right. There are about a dozen buildings that are going to sit empty until the school board and the community decide what to do with these properties. Now, there are ideas about possibly helping a nonprofit with these buildings. The problem is many of those nonprofits depend on state and federal funding, so that's not always consistent. There are also ideas about creating a public-private partnership and joint ventures. This morning, the district panel in charge of being a voice for the community is asking for your input, your ideas.
If you send the information and you have an idea, you might not have the resources, but we're looking for those ideas. And then we can bring people together, match people up to do better projects, so we can have significant changes and the best value, the best use for some of these facilities.
And last week, the school district announced that they are working with the counselors of real estate under a grant to get consultation on how to use these buildings. According to the district, their work started in June with members of the team touring schools and neighborhoods. Now, this is a very lengthy process, and the panel says this is the time to get involved, but they warn that the ultimate decision is going to be up to the school board. But they say this could take up to a year. We're going to talk more about the meeting coming up in the next hour. We'll send it back to you guys.
Thank you, Patty. Well, this morning, the Israeli military says it started a tactical pause in one part of southern Gaza to allow more aid to reach the people that need it the most. It applies only to a route extending from the Kerem Shalom crossing, which is the main point for incoming aid. The IDF says the pause will run from 8 a.m. till 7 p.m. local time until further notice to allow trucks to move. Despite this, Israel said the fighting in Rafah continues. According to an Israeli official, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was unhappy about the tactical pause until he was assured the fighting would continue.
Well, former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley is mourning the death of her father, who died on Father's Day. Now, Haley posted on social media that her father was the smartest, sweetest, kindest, most decent man she has ever known. Now, she went on to say that her father taught his 4 children the importance of faith, hard work, and grace. Haley did not reveal the cause of death or his age.
Just about 5:39, 79 degrees on your Monday morning.
Well, decades of doing one job might seem boring for some. However, for one Southside barber, he says it's almost like he's never worked a day in his life. Up next, why he's still cutting hair after all these years.
Outside with live cam. Boy, it would sure be nice to see some substantial rainfall around here, and Mother Nature might have a trick up her sleeve later this week. We'll talk about those rain chances coming up. .542, there's that old saying that if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. And that's exactly how a Southside San Antonio barber is feeling as he rounds up more than 60 years cutting hair.
Rosario Oates wanted to know what keeps him going after all those years and why he has never left his San Antonio community.
I just thank the good Lord for letting me come to work every day.
You typically don't ask someone their age, but when you've been cutting hair as long as Pete Hernandez, it becomes a part of your legacy.
I've been cutting hair for going on 64 years, but 63 of that was right here.
I just think he's different. He's not the typical barber.
She would know. She's his niece. Today, Pete is 82, but he remembers cutting hair in 1982 like it was yesterday.
Boys' haircuts was $1. Men's haircuts was $1.25, and flat tops was $1.50. So, yeah, you had to cut a lot of haircuts to make a living.
That didn't stop Pete from pursuing his passion, even though his beloved south side of San Antonio has stayed packed with competition.
Barbershops are popping up like Taco Hut.
He's going to offer that difference for the older clientele, the people that really want that still one-on-one. I know who my barber is.
Pete's barbershop is called Big and Little. It's named after a previous owner to reflect big in service and little in size because of the owner's height. While Pete doesn't share the same height range, his dedication to preserving the Southside community is strong. So, of course, he kept the name.
Anytime if you need a haircut, just call.
Yeah, that's what I love about you. He can just call you and he'll open the doors for me.
It's a feeling you're not guaranteed at every barbershop, and it's a love for a job you're not guaranteed in every career. But this is a community Pete spent his life building that he says can't be replaced.
Competition is fierce, but hey, if you're a good barber, you'll keep your customers. So I've been blessed, you know. That's my motto. If you're happy, I'm happy.
We're so proud of him. We're so proud of him. Like, all of our family is so proud of him. And
so Pete's life advice is to love what you do and do what you love. In San Antonio, Zaria Oates, KSAT 12 News.
Wow, and the old school cash registers right out of a TV movie Western.
Yes, I hadn't seen one of those in a very, very long time, and I'm so glad that Pete's still doing what he loves.
I agree, 100%. 544, 79 degrees on your Monday.
Look out there with a drive cam. Again, not too bad on the roadways, but I see that Alex Gomez has a little bit more company on the roadway now that it's 5:45. We're going to be checking in with him and with RJ a little later on.
5:48 right now on your Monday morning. Hopefully you guys had a good Father's Day weekend as we take a look at some of our TransGuide traffic cameras. Loop 410, Jackson Keller, northwest side of town. Traffic moving pretty good there. Saw a stalled vehicle right there, I-35 at Olympia, not causing too many delays. And that shot right there, I-10 at La Cantera, kind of a newer shot that we've seen over the past couple of weeks or so. We do have this stalled vehicle taking place. This is going to be 90 eastbound right there at I-35. So we'll continue to follow that here in just a bit. Let's go ahead and check in real quick with photojournalist Alex Gomez, because he has been out on the roads for us throughout the entire morning, checking out east side of town, when north side, and now we see that he is actually at an active scene right now. Alex, so what can you let us know?
Well, this is going to be a fire scene over here on the north side. It's going to be inside of a neighborhood close to the intersection of Wurzbach Parkway and Vance Jackson. So it's going to be inside the neighborhood. It's not going to be closing any of those bigger roads. So I'm going to check out what's going on here. But we do have this road, at least Swandale Street. It's going to be temporarily closed until they clear this out, but it doesn't look too bad. I'm going to try and get some more info from San Antonio Fire Department, RJ.
All right, thank you very much, Alex. Yeah, he just got called out to that, so Alex making a quick work going out there. Yeah, that was actually reported earlier by the San Antonio Fire Department on their traffic page there as well. So that's something that we will continue to monitor as we get closer to our 6 o'clock hour. Let's come back out to our maps real quick. And again, biggest traffic issue we're seeing on the main highways is going to be right there, 90 east at 35, right before that 35-90 interchange before you hit I-10 in that area there as well. So we'll get more updates from Alex coming up, guys, here in just a little bit. It's unfortunate. I wanted to ask him about the Brahmas because I know he had been following the Brahmas very closely. So we'll get his take on that a little bit later on.
Yeah, he had the shirt on.
He did. He was rocking a Brahmas shirt on Friday.
Yeah, we were all, hoping for the best.
Yeah. And they making a championship game, though.
They did.
It was a good season till last night.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. The forecast for about the past week has been very consistent long range. Whenever you have the consistency, you don't see the big changes come about. That's always kind of encouraging. And so that is, and we're talking about what's going to be coming in the middle portion of the week. So we're already eyeballing this thing last week, and it is seeming to come to fruition now. Over the next couple of days, there could be some subtle little, shifts here or anything like that. But for the most part, we're right on track to get some decent rain. Beautiful, love and life. Yeah, you got to love it with it.
House.
No kidding. And with a view like that. Thank you very much. All right. We have got some clouds hanging around here this morning. We're starting off like every other morning, it seems like, well above normal, 5-6 degrees above normal. And we do have some clouds out there. A 10% chance for just a stray little shower, primarily along the coastal plain, just because we've got kind of breezy conditions today coming in here on the southeast, pulling in all that moisture. Upper 80s at noon. 95 high temperature, normal high 93, so a little bit closer to where we should be as opposed to yesterday. Yeah, we did hit 100 again yesterday. So going ahead to the middle portion of the week, this is the from the Weather Prediction Center quantitative precipitation forecast. Big 50-cent name for how much rain are we looking at, and this just updated itself to actually bring in more rain here in town. This is an update from even a half an hour ago. The majority of the area is going to be seeing potentially some very heavy rain. Most of that coming here on Wednesday. This is the day we're looking at for the heaviest rain. Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday night, extending over into Thursday as well. Most everybody is going to be seeing, again, inch, 2 inches, even 3, the majority of it down to the southeast. Here's the computer model for today. There's those few little stray showers kind of popping up around the area. Just you can't completely discount them. That'll be the situation going into this afternoon as well. Tomorrow, about the same situation. We'll have a few of these coming in here off the coastal plain, or excuse me, off the coast. And then by tomorrow night into Wednesday, that's when we start to see the heavier rain start to work its way in here tomorrow night. And then early on Wednesday morning. Different computer model. I just want to show you how this swath of rain moves on through. And this is going to be Wednesday night and then kind of exiting the area or the heaviest rain by early Thursday morning. And we'll still have a few stragglers left over in behind that Thursday and I think even on Friday as well. So today, 95, 93 tomorrow. Then with the cloud cover, with the rain, we only stay in the low 80s. So we're going to be 10 degrees below normal by Wednesday, Thursday. The heavy rain Wednesday afternoon into Thursday. Summer starts Thursday, by the way. And look at that. No triple digits. It's going to be tough to get out of the 80s throughout the rest of the week going into the weekend. And then rain throughout the latter portion of the week. More after this.
Good morning. It's great to be with you. Coming up here on GMA, the latest on the wildfires in the West. We've got Matt Gutman out there, and then I'm going to be talking about this dangerous heat. And we're talking about it because it's days on end. Some places, 5 days. Some of these, a stretch that we haven't seen in a couple of decades. Also this morning, we're going inside the kidnapping hoax that riveted the country. Sherry Papini is the California mother who claimed that she was abducted and kept the lie going for 6 years. Now her ex-husband is telling his story. It is an ABC News exclusive. We're also going on a bucket list on a budget trip this morning to a vacation spot that has the beauty of Italy and Greece, but at a price that families can afford. We will show you all right here on GMA.
This Wednesday, we invite you to join KSAT and AARP Texas for a special conversation about Social Security. If Congress does nothing to sustain Social Security's finances, you may lose some of your benefits. That's what this discussion is all about. Our Stephanie Jimenez is hosting it Wednesday night at 7 on KSAT 12, our YouTube channel, on our website, and also on KSAT Plus. Well, over a dozen buildings in SAISD neighborhoods could soon sit empty. How parents and community members can make their voices heard about it later today, coming up on GMSA. And right now you're looking at our drive cam out there at a neighborhood off of Wurzbach Parkway where San Antonio Fire Department units are on the scene. Alex is tracking that for us right now in that KSAT News unit. And we'll check in with Mike and RJ as well.